Sanbonani, Kamalamo Sipositles and I'm back with another video. So today guys, I'm gonna be addressing the elephant in the room, Mr. Gayton Mackenzie. I've seen videos of his stance based on the Israel and Palestine war. Yeah, I have to say it. I have to clap hands for the man. He spoke bold. But now it's time to break everything down. Let's break it down and see if he's a person who speaks bold or who is a person who is bold. You know, in this life, there are two types of people. There are people who speak bold, speak so much bold, and you would believe in everything they say because of they speak bold. It's easy for other people to be submissive to them. It's either you become on the two lines, you become so much denial to them, or you become so much submissive to them. The fans of Julius Malema, Gayton Mackenzie, they are like this. They are on this. But today I'm gonna be focusing on Gayton Mackenzie. Some speak bold, some act bold. So let's break it down. Is Mr. Minister Gayton Mackenzie a bold person or he speak bold? So let me break this down. He spoke bold and say if Lesotho, he said if Lesotho attacked South Africa, him as a president, he would do what the Israelis done to the Gaza people, to the Palestinian people. And I've saw videos, people who cheer on this and people who comment on this, white people only and white South Africans specifically. White South Africans specifically. And what I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by this, man. Personally, I'll never be surprised by this. But I need to draw a line now to my black people. When I'm saying I'm drawing a line, I'm drawing a visible line. Because there is a line. It's not like I'm drawing my line. There is a line. But it should be visible today. He spoke bold and said, if Israel, if he was Israel, president of Israel, and Lesotho attacked South Africa, he was a president of South Africa, meant to say, he would bombarded Lesotho and kill the people of Lesotho like the Israel are doing to the Gaza people, and blockade the water, make sure the people suffer, the ordinary people. That's what he said. That's not me. That's what he said. The people of Lesotho, like in Gaza. So I'm saying this is not an if question. It's a question of when it happened, what did you say? Let me take it back a little bit. In South Africa, one day there's something that happened in Soweto. 37 teenagers, kids were killed, and it was known by it was the Lesotho nationals. And these people are involved in gangs, guns, and terrorists because of they are fighting for their territory on their own things in our land. They are fighting for their own things, and they bring AK-47s in South Africa as much as they can. You can. This is not information I've just created, or I have a personal information about. It's something that's on internet. There's a documentary about this, on how the Zamazamas, he knows about this. Kids in South Africa, in his own backyard, in his own country, were killed. Hundreds, or tens of kids. Tens of kids, like 37 kids, teenagers, were killed. He never said a thing. He never said a thing. He never said like what he never said a thing like boldly as he said. He never said, if I was a president of South Africa, I would crush those Lesotho guy and their people for doing this to our country, for killing our this to our country is a sign of a national security threat. This is terrorism. How can you kill a place with our youth with 400 rounds of bullets in a tavern where there are youth? This is terrorism. That was not a gangsterism. That was terrorism. But he kept quiet. Now you're trying to act bold. You're trying to act bold. Let me ask a question. As he was the general of the 26, as he said, as he says that. So if let's make this situation like this. If cops wanted the 26 in the Cape Flats, né? Then came into the Cape Flats and bombed the Cape Flats and bombed the people around, kill ordinary citizen kids, and block the whole place. While you know people you're looking for, they are, because if they kill the leader of Hamas, they said they know who they killed. We killed the leader of Hamas, meaning they know people they are looking for. So how come the kids die? So how would he describe saying if he was a president? Let's make it like if he was a president and he's looking for gangsters in Cape Town and would bomb the Cape Flats because he's looking for 26 or whatever gang that's in Cape Town. How sense does that make? This is not to you as a politician, because as a politician I don't even want to start. But this is you as a human. This is to you as a human. What type of human you are promoting. South Africa never said we are promoting the Gaza. We are promoting Hamas killing Israel people on the 7th of October. Nobody ever, and in fact we condemn them. But how can you compensate by killing tens of thousands? Are you gonna compensate by killing tens of thousands and bombarding the whole place? They said they wanna. Have you forgot about the videos that the Israel people were making on the social media when all of this started? They would ask, what is Palestine? What is that? They would make it, they were fed this information that we're gonna make that place a parking lot by their government. This is the education that was given to them by their government. That's what I can tell you. The same government that says that promoted the apartheid regime in South Africa, that was the friend of the apartheid regime in South Africa. Even they started off thinking maybe South Africans judge the Jews, but at the end of the day, they had a lot in common. They started liking each other. That's why they were friends. Even after apartheid, they were teaching the white farmers to defend themselves against black people when they attack. And black people were not even talking about attacking the white farmers and take the land. We've never discussed that. But they were already ready to do whatever they want to do. And Mr. Gayton Mackenzie, how come you talk about your one person experience and compare to the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people? How selfish of that as a leader? How selfish of that? Now I'm going at you as a leader. So I'm drawing the line today. I'm drawing the line today. If people see it, they will see you for who you are. This is now I'm talking to you as a politician. You've talked about you're like Lil Wayne of you're like the Lil Wayne of what in the of the politics. I see you as the Lil Wayne. You are famous. You are famous. But what we get right into the skin and to the characters, and we start to break down. You see too many flaws. You start to realize too many flaws as a leader. How can you make your personal experience with the Jews as the problem of the people that are faced by Gaza people? And how can you personally remember you are a colored person? In South Africa, it was white, Indian, colored, blacks. So we were at the bottom. We were facing the struggles that the Israels were promoting during the apartheid. We were suffering the most. You were closer to the Indians. That's why even now, places that live coloreds in Soweto is places like those were nice places. In colored places were better than Indians, and colored places were better than black places. That's why they are even closer to the CBD more than black people. So don't forget that there are millions of South Africans who've suffered. Don't talk about your own experience. So if you're gonna choose a leader that's gonna talk about his own experience to generalize the whole thing, the personal experience, you can make our experience like the perspective of dozens of people. Then we can understand. Less of black South African, majority South African have ever benefited from the Jews during the time. During the time, it was less. I don't want to lie to you. It was less. In fact, it was white people who were benefiting because of they were promoting each other as friends. That's why I wasn't surprised when white people were the one who, starting to say, yeah, Mr. Minister Gayton Mackenzie is the man. Because he stood for them. He stood for them. What I'm saying, he stood for them, he stood for their friend. Remember, DA, what they standing for the Israel. They saying Israel should rape the kids it should rape the women in. They are saying that. I'm not saying that. They are saying that. If you don't condemn the genocide, the the essays that happening to the kids, the women, the videos that are on internet, the arrogance of the Israelis during this war when it started. You should support someone, but if you support someone that you can condemn them, then it's gonna be a problem. We all support peace. We wanna support, but how can you support peace if you are killing the fathers and the brothers and the sisters of the kids? What are you raising those kids to be? Hamas. You are not eradicating any problem here. You are creating more of this problem. So what are you saying? You're saying Israel should take on the whole Middle East and have Middle East by itself. Flatten all because of, you see what's happening now. Now it's Lebanon. We don't know how far we will get. Who else runs? Iran. We don't know how they run. Who else? Jordan. How long should this go? But until the media, until people like Gayton Mackenzie start to speak the truth, start to be real, I thank you guys. I don't want to talk anymore.